Can you kind of talk about the benefit to starting a company in Boston and the startup ecosystem here?
Oh, Michelle was waiting for that question.
I got you, Michelle.
Yeah, no. I didn't really know what to expect about the ecosystem itself. You know, you think of Silicon Valley and you're like, wow, that's really the startup mecca. That's the startup scene. And I've, now being a part of the ecosystem in Boston, I think it's one of the best places to start a business for multiple reasons.
Especially having corporate clients.
Exactly. Not only that, but from, our bank to our lawyers to, other founders, they are all people that are working for us and with us on a daily basis. Like our bank put together, a dinner for founders and marketplaces. I can't tell you how many connections I made through that, how valuable it was. And, just the thought of doing that, and then our lawyers constantly connecting us with customers and, just around the clock there for us, helping us close this round, introducing us to potential investors, and just the investors and angel investors and VCs that are here in Boston are always willing to take a meeting and or give you feedback. And if they're not interested in investing in your type of business, they'll connect you with someone. Yeah, they'll connect you with someone else. And I mean, other founders just taking the time to give me, 20 minutes of their time and, help me with something that we're challenged with. It's just, I have never had anyone say no. Like every single person that I've emailed to ask for 20 minutes or to join our board has always said yes. Even if it was like, hey, I can't within the month because I'm like slammed. Every single person has been responsive. And I think that for us as, first-time true founders in an ecosystem, starting a platform that we can't develop, from like a technical standpoint, we needed all of those resources to help build our confidence in being able to move the ship forward. And
you think it gives you a backbone?
Absolutely.
Really?
100%.
Yeah.
See, I would imagine it being competitive, though. Like, mind you, I'm not really in the startup ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, what we got going on over here is like, we're kind of like people of the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of tucked away from the whole startup scene. But I imagine that WeWork, they're just like throwing fists over there.
You'd think, and it's really not. WeWork has been a fantastic catalyst for growth for us. I mean, whether it's, their whole thing is to, build community within their space. And that's our vision, right? Is to build community through every experience that we service. And it aligns so well because they want to keep bringing people together. When they bring people together, that's when new ideas are formed. That's when bonds are made. That's when, when you're thinking about renewing your lease, you're like, but I made so many good friends here. And like the company's here, like we're all working together. Like, let's do another year here and then we'll look at a new space. Rather than like, I have no allegiance here. Like, let's go somewhere else. Yeah. $10 cheaper down the street. Like, let's go. That's one of the biggest differences. But to kind of circle back on what you said about, isn't it competitive? It is competitive, but it's also super supportive. And I think that is one of the beauties about Boston is I used to live in DC, and DC is, everyone's a transplant. You never meet anybody that's from DC. They're always from Maryland, Virginia, or here trying to be in politics, whatever the case is. And the question that you always get when you meet someone else is, what do you do? Every time. Hey, I'm Brian.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
The drums?
We're good to go.
Guitar. Hey, I'm Brian. What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. And the first thing they always ask is, what do you do?
This is in DC.
What do you do? And it's never like, where you're from? Like, do you live local? Have you been here before? It's always, what do you do? And as soon as you say something that's not relevant to them, they're gone.
Brian, I got to be honest with you. You might be one of the first people to ever say that people in Boston are somewhat friendly.
Right? That's what everyone tells me. And I honestly,
you think people here are nice? Have you been to LA?
I've never met a person here that hasn't given me like a few moments of their time. I think the world of Boston as a city.
I'll knock on wood for you, man.
I think there is a lot of Boston pride, and it's a lot of like local pride, but it's local in a sense that you're willing to help the people that are here.
And it's the ecosystem. It's really the ecosystem because people in Boston, they really want it to be this Boston Strong community. They want you to succeed. They want you to do well because it builds that morale. It builds confidence in other people starting businesses here.
Well, yeah,
And their property value goes up.
absolutely.